I was drinking 6 Cokes at that age.
And look at you. I feel like I'm living in a simulation every time I step in an ale house.
Oh, I want to settle down. I want to see, like, I want to find love or whatever. No, you don't. No, you don't.
This is episode 22.
But this is our first episode as roommates.
So you moved in officially, finally. How does it feel? Stressful?
Going through a lot right now. No, yeah.
Well, okay, let's just clarify real quick.
Yeah.
It's been a few days.
And it hasn't been a normal few days.
Yes.
Like, I've been out and about.
Your family was in town, so you've been,
Yeah, and I've been, it just
So you're barely even moving in, to be honest.
Yeah, I have like a lot left to do for putting stuff away. But that part I'm like kind of excited for. I just haven't gotten around to it.
But you took the step, you took the leap, and now you're chilling here.
Yeah, it's a really nice house. Like, I am really happy to be here. And also, it was really cool today that I just showed up and then I changed and then I walked over here to film this.
Exactly, dude. You have to like, oh, what do I? We always have to talk like, what are we gonna wear or whatever.
Yeah, but now I can just be like, you like this?
Yeah, perfect. All right, let's check this out real quick. Space Cowboy, 8.5%.
Out of this galaxy.
It's a double Deepa. Oh wait, no, just a Deepa.
8.5% is a little crazy.
I have a feeling I know exactly what we're gonna say when we drink this.
It's gonna.
It's an IPA.
It's an IPA. Hoppy. I smelled it before I tasted it. It's like a real big IPA, bro.
Real big.
Really IPA.
Oh, yeah.
I like it, though. I could drink this. It's not that much liquid.
That got a kick.
I don't know. Not that much liquid, and it's 8.5%.
I feel a little rusty, I'm not going to lie. It's been a couple of weeks. We did miss 1 week because of just a lot going on, but it's okay.
Yeah. No, that was the week. That was last week, which I basically was moving and like everything. It was just a lot. A lot was going on.
Yeah. So I feel a little rusty, though, but we're going to get into it.
Yeah.
Let's just start with the deep topic, the hot topic on social media.
Is it Jonah Hill?
Mm-hmm.
Jonah Hill. Oh, boy. First of all, I just want to preface this by saying that
I love him as an actor.
Yes. I actually think he's so funny. And like his whole persona, I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
After these texts came out, I definitely have a different perspective. I would just say that he just seems like the average man to me, though. Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of men are
let's
like
give
that.
Context real quick, because I probably have details you don't know. You probably have, like, so
his girlfriend was is she his ex now?
Yes, they broke up.
Okay. She was a surfer.
She was a professional surfer.
Right. Super
good.
Yeah.
Like crazy good.
Yeah. Super hot too, probably, just even being that good.
Yeah. So she they met. She was a professional surfer. That's her full-time thing. She's not a big public figure. I think even now, after this whole viral thing, she only has like 125,000 on Instagram. So and that was obviously, she blew up now. Yeah. So, she was just like a random, person.
Yeah.
And they started dating, and then so they broke up a year ago.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they broke up a year ago. He's now with a new girlfriend. He just had a baby a month ago.
Okay.
With this new girlfriend.
So what's she doing? What's homegirl doing? Why is she doing this?
So then, I guess a couple days ago, 2 days ago, something like that. Yeah. She she posted a bunch of screenshots of their texts back and forth while they were dating.
Yeah.
And he was basically saying, let me just read the text so we get it.
Yeah. I want to be accurate.
First of all, this is a whole. Never mind. Let me just read the main text that kind of went viral.
Yes, please.
He said, plain and simple, if you need surfing with men, boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men, to model, to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures, friendships with women who are in unstable places, and from your wild recent past, beyond getting a lunch or coffee or something respectful, I am not the right partner for you. If these things bring you to a place of happiness, I support it, and there will be no hard feelings. These are just my boundaries for a romantic partnership. Now, the reason people are like up in arms about this text specifically is because he has a therapy documentary that just came out. Like, he's in therapy, and he just came out with this whole documentary about how he's going through his I haven't watched it, but he's going through his, just like emotional. Yeah. He's figuring himself out, right? Okay. And it was really good about therapy, like men to be in therapy, So people were saying he was weaponizing the term boundaries because, therapists and, mental health people say, you can draw boundaries for yourself. And so he was saying, my boundaries are for you
to change everything about you.
This, and this, right? So what is your off the bat?
Off the bat, first of all, I get a text like that and I'm just like, ew, like no thank you. Like that just screams so much insecurity to me. I just can't get over that. But I think that a TikTok I saw about the whole situation was like that people are just focusing on the semantics of the word boundaries, and they're just like fighting about like what boundaries mean and how like that kind of just takes like, I don't know, it just like makes the argument kind of silly, whereas what it really is like this is just a dude that's controlling, like he's just trying to be controlling. Like that's really what it is. Like we don't need to sit and argue. Like who cares if you use the word boundaries? Like, I don't know. But at the same time, I kind of also do get it, because I think that like a boundary is something that you set for yourself, and like that's what is like not going to work any longer for you. But which he's kind of treading on the line of that. But at the same time, all of the things that he's saying is like something that she can't do anymore. And I just think they're so ridiculous.
Right. So I actually went into a deep dive today of a whole bunch of YouTube videos, people, mental health professionals, and then also just random people giving their takes on it and everything like that. Yeah. So my opinion honestly has like changed here and there. It's it's crazy, because depending on who you hear talk about it, it's like they can, persuade your perception on it, right? But I think what I've landed on is that what you just said, if someone told you that, it would be an ick. It would be like, okay, this guy's insecure, right? Yeah. I think personally, that is the extent of it. Now, there is her original post. She posted herself in a bikini and goes, I'm reposting this since I had to delete it when I was dating a narcissist, misogynistic man or something like that.
Okay.
So in my opinion, that doesn't make him narcissistic, or it makes him definitely insecure, 100%.
I think it makes him misogynistic.
Misogynistic?
Yeah, I do.
How so?
Because it's like basically sexualizing this woman. Not only did he explicitly say no sexual posts, but then he's like, can't hang out with those unstable girls. And then he's also like, you can't post pictures in bikinis. That's her whole fucking job, first of all. It's not sexual at all. It's also, literally her job.
Also, these photos were like the opposite of sexual. Like they were so far, because it's like some people can pose on a beach and whatever.
Yeah,
and it's like, it's not like, meant to be sexual, but it's definitely a thirst trap dish, right? Yeah. These are just so wholesome. Yeah. Like they're just so wholesome.
I just also think that like, I just have never understood that concept of being like, you can't post like those pictures, blah, blah. I just never ever have understood it. Like, wouldn't you want your significant other, wouldn't you think that makes your significant other look good? Like, I feel like, you have a hot girlfriend, Like, there's definitely a line in terms of like, I personally wouldn't be okay with like OnlyFans type thing. Like, I don't know, like that, like actual sexual pictures. Like, I'm not really like down for that, but a thirst trap, like who cares? Like, I don't freaking know.
Right. I don't know. I think that like when you're dating someone, and especially how he said it, it was very, to me, like, yes, again, I would be, if I was a woman, I would be turned off by it, because I'm like, you're clearly so insecure. But I still think that like you're allowed to have preferences. Some girls will say, I don't like my guys liking other girls' photos on Instagram. That's their preference.
Here's the thing though. This is the difference though, is one, what he said was great when he was like, that's fine and I support whatever you want to do, but like that doesn't work for me. I just find it very hard to believe that like that was a true, not emotionally loaded statement. Like, granted, again, I don't know him, wasn't in the relationship, but if I had to bet, if he's that upset about all those things, like this isn't just like one thing when he's like, okay, please, can you stop doing this? This is a boundary for me. It was like 10 things that are like, when you put them all together, it's just like crazy. Right. It comes off as crazy. And then the second thing that I was going to say is that, gone. It's gone. I have no idea. I have literally no idea. I was just gonna say like, I just like don't think I think this comes out in a lot more ways, right?
Okay.
It comes out in a lot of different ways. So like it's not like he's like telling her his boundaries and then like that's it. Like I guarantee you, like she would talk about a friend, or like a friend of hers would be mentioned and he'd immediately get mad and be like, oh, that's why our trust is gone. Like,
right. So there's 100%. There's so many probably like backstories and things like that that affected, because you don't know how either of them act outside of the screenshot. But I do have to say this.
What?
I do think that people put too much emphasis on people being able to be good communicators. Like, people aren't perfect,
Dude,
right?
I was the worst communicator, like,
Right.
up until like now, and I'm still bad.
And think about if people had posted screenshots your past relationships,
my
and they were
God.
like, oh, and this is all you got
Yeah.
to see, right? You also have to think about, again, not to make excuses,
That's
especially
nightmare fuel for me, bro. Blackmail.
and everyone has. Everyone in
everybody does.
existence has
Yeah.
text messages between a significant other that were rude, that they should not have sent.
Yeah.
Everyone has that, right? So, and again, this
Yeah.
is if more context comes out and we see that like it was rooted in misogyny,
Yeah.
different story, right? But just from like, and I'm not trying to excuse it or anything like that, but also you have to keep in mind who it is too. This guy, like, obviously he's a famous influential figure, but also his entire life and all of his roles, he's been the fat, funny guy. Like, in every role,
no,
right?
he's super insecure. That's like 100%. Yeah. But the thing, like, I don't know. I just like very much so find it hard to believe. I guarantee you there was a lot more going on there. My question is, why did she post it a year later? That just seems a little weird.
Yeah. So
what's the point?
So before I like looked her Instagram up,
Yeah.
I was on like, okay, because her whole argument is the same thing that people say when they out people online, when
Yeah.
they're like, oh, I'm doing this for other women that have been through relationships like this and to kind of like validate them, right? And so at first I was like, okay, let me I see that perspective.
Yeah.
Then I go on her Instagram. She has probably 60 stories up of threads of conversation of both of them being equally as toxic. Like, I literally was like, there's no way you posted this thinking it was a good idea. She was saying ridiculous things, like crazy things. Like, she would do the whole thing like, and these are recent texts too, because they broke up and then he got with the significant other a few months later. And
He has
then
a whole
now he's having
kid. I
right.
would not be responding to her. I'd be like, okay, crazy.
Right. But I mean, she was saying like the whole thing, like the whole this and this, but okay, have a good night or have a good life. Bye. And then she'd come back later texting, oh, by the way, da 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 da. Like, the whole like you say bye, but you don't really mean it. And you're doing this whole oh, she's actually much younger. So he's 35 or something like that. And she's 10 years younger or so. Probably 25 or so.
It sounds like a younger girl.
Dude. And just.
And again, I do not agree with his whatever he said. Like, that just would never fly for me. I'd be like, you are an insecure, like, little man.
Well, 100%. Also, because look at this. So the last one said, friendships with women who are in unstable places from your wild recent past beyond getting a lunch or coffee. So.
What was her wild recent past? It was something ridiculous, right?
No, I'm sure it was just partying or something like that.
Okay.
It wasn't even like
I thought
something crazy.
Oh,
I'm sure it was like just clubbing and going out and being single, whatever. But the thing is, he said beyond getting lunch or coffee or something respectful. So that says that it's not the friends. Like, let's say her friends were some like crazy bad influences on her life or something, or that are always going whatever. Yeah. Then it would be the friends. Like, why is it? Because it's not about the friends. It's about what she does with them. Because he said, oh, coffee or lunch.
Potentially. But I will say, like, the number one thing that like a lot of narcissists do, to like go to her point of like the narcissism thing, is they try to isolate you from your friends. Suddenly all your friends are bad influences.
Right.
All of them.
Right.
And it's like, okay, they might party, but like, what are we talking about?
No, definitely. And again, this is why I'm saying these texts are controlling. He's trying to control her, especially.
Yeah, for sure.
He said like surfing is a male predominant sport. And he's like, you can't go surfing with other guys. No, like obviously these are.
Also, that's insane.
Definitely red flags, right?
I'd be like, you can't act with another girl.
Yeah. Well, the thing, you can't be in love in a movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how are you going to.
No kissing. Like, what the hell?
Right.
I will say. I always think about this is definitely like a side note, but I always see, like, I think about the Blake Lively interview when she's talking about how Ryan Reynolds was in Deadpool and how like her kids would want to watch Deadpool, and like there's that whole montage of him like having sex with that girl, and like literally like I don't remember, I think he's eating something off her or something, and like she was just like, yeah, no, it's kind of hard to watch, like, or something like that. And I always think about that. I'm like, how cool would I be like if that was me in her position? I don't know how cool I'd be, like straight watching your partner, like.
I mean, it's a lot, but it's you knew he was an actor going into it.
Damn. Okay.
Right.
Well, yeah.
So at the end of the day, I just think people like to act like celebrities or something should be fully knowledgeable on mental health and how to talk to their significant other. Bro, people are trying to figure it out just like you are.
People, yeah.
Right.
I also think the 10-year age gap thing, it depends on like when they were dating, really. Like, that's just such a big age gap. Like, depending. Like, did he start dating her when she was 21? Like, that's a child compared to you at 31. Like, I don't know.
I mean, it was a short relationship.
Okay, I have no idea, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I just like think about that too. Like up until you're 25, like you're just wild in, I feel like.
Yeah. I think it's super hypocritical too, because I like how you said the boundaries thing. Everyone's just linking to that, latching onto that one word.
Yeah.
But also because like they're like, oh, you're using therapy words to weaponize. But then like these same people are calling him a narcissist. And it's like, okay, that's literally.
Okay, like you have to diagnose that. Calm down. Like
yes, exactly.
Suddenly everyone's a fucking narcissist. I'm like, all right, you can calm down.
Right.
But
I don't know. It's the whole cancel culture thing. I hate it. And also like this woman, she's clearly not trying to be like she's framing it like she's being a hero, but really she's just putting this guy on blast.
No,
100%.
that's actually so cringe. Especially when like it's like you're doing bad shit too. And especially when it's like it was probably just like a very controlling relationship that was toxic, but like no one's dying, you know?
Yes, right. And again, like
checking on her, checking on his baby mama, but like
well, yeah.
Other than that,
and the way he framed it too, genuinely, like even if it was super controlling, whatever
just
she
taken
said,
that at face value and been like, peace.
He specifically said, if these things bring you to a place of happiness, I support it and there'll be no hard feelings. These are just my boundaries for a relationship. Yeah. That's like the most healthy way to be
toxic. Yeah.
Right.
He's like, don't go out with women, don't go out with men, don't look at anybody. But also, if they bring you happiness, do you? That's insane.
Anyways, I also want to say that like a lot of times if one person is toxic in a relationship, a lot of times people rise to that level, and then all of a sudden you're saying things that you're like, wait, this is not even, you know.
No, for sure. Like, and you start being petty and you start being like weird. Like, I don't know. I definitely see that with a lot of people. I'm just like, why are you acting like that? Like it's just like so out of character. But like when you're dealing with crazy, you're crazy. Like that's just, so I don't know who did it first, but I have a feeling he did it first. Girl power.
Anyways, a lot of social media stuff. Dude, Threads just dropped.
So I saw it, right? And it looks just like Twitter.
Just like Twitter. It is Twitter.
Okay.
It is Twitter, but by Instagram. Dude, Instagram has copied so many things in the past. Think about stories. Snapchat, stories are like revolutionary.
I know.
Instagram took it and everyone's like, oh yeah, they're just copying it. No, they made it 100 times better.
Yeah, 100% better. I'd never post on Snapchat stories anymore. Only Instagram.
Yep. But, and then same thing with Reels.
Oh yeah.
I'm a
TikTok girl.
Right. You are, but Reels is like,
Reels.
wildly successful.
I know, but I don't know. I got so pissed off because Twitter's like not my like number one or number two social media. I freaking love it. But like I was scrolling the other day and there's this like really popular like account, which is like Twitter Hall of Fame. It just like posts like old like archived like funny tweets that like were really viral. Subscribe to unlock.
Yep.
What the hell is that about? I'm not paying for Twitter.
They placed where it's like you can only see a certain amount of tweets per day unless you have Twitter Blue, which is like the blue check.
Bro, Elon Musk quite literally said, what can I do to ruin this platform? Like
straight up.
Just for fun. Is he still in charge?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So he stepped down. I think he still owns majority of stock, but he stepped down from CEO, but he's still like highly.
He is literally like, what can I do to ruin this for you guys?
No, 100%.
Like,
so then Instagram drops Threads, which is a whole entire separate app. I thought it was going to be like a new tab or something. Right.
They should have made it a new tab.
Well, they're trying to make it a Twitter competitor. They're trying to just pass. And in the first weekend, they got 100 million downloads.
Yeah, the way I'm joining, like
weekend.
Bro, I'm not paying for Twitter. Like it's so annoying because my Twitter is like curated. It's freaking so funny. Yeah. Like, but
the only thing that sucks about this though is that Twitter is not algorithmic. Like you see who you follow and people, it's in chronological order. But in Instagram, on Threads, now it's going to be, how on Instagram, your feed, it pops up the people that you're closest to or whatever. Yeah. The algorithm chooses. It's going to be the same thing for Instagram. So that's going to be kind of not good.
Kind of a side note, but it's about social media in general. Dude, I know we talk about TikTok so often, and I feel like we've talked about this before, but I cannot emphasize enough how much my attention span is so bad because of TikTok.
Yeah.
Things I'm genuinely interested in, like a video will pop up and I'm like, this is so interesting. I was trying to watch this video today about color theory, like literally how colors make you feel things, and like color psychology, like not color theory, color psychology. Dude, it was a 30-second long video and I was like, not watching that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, you're one of the worst people at that.
Yeah, I'm bad.
It's scary.
No, it's kind of
scary.
Yeah.
Yesterday we were watching the Logan Paul proposal. He
deadass. I was like,
it's such a good video. It's like probably a 15-minute video.
No, I won't watch it.
That's crazy.
No, I know it's bad. Like
she's like
a problem.
She's like literally like tearing up, skipping. What do you mean? It's a beautiful piece of art. Like this video is so good.
It was so freaking good. I'm actually so happy for him. Like,
why
who am I to be happy to him? But
Why is my perception of like relationships? It's so bad. Literally,
You're
when
like,
I saw
they hate
it,
each other.
No, when I saw it, I was like, oh, like I was sad. I was literally like,
He's
that
locked
sucks.
for life. That really sucks. No,
Oh,
bro,
man.
it's because so many relationships suck.
Yeah.
Like I could name probably like 2 that I'm like, yeah, I'd want to be in that relationship.
2.
That's too much?
Anyway, speaking about Logan Paul, bro, Prime is under investigation by the actual government federally.
The FDA?
No, they're trying to get the FDA involved, but it's like,
What's wrong with him? What'd they do? What'd he do?
Literally, nothing. And this is not just me being a fanboy. Like this, tell me if this makes sense to you. So they're being investigated for 2 reasons. One is that they have 200 milligrams of caffeine in their energy drink, because they have 2 drinks, right? They have one hydration beverage, which is just for electrolytes, no caffeine.
Okay.
The other one is a literal energy drink, not pre-workout, but an energy drink with 200 milligrams, which is
normal?
the equivalent of 2 Red Bulls or 6 Cokes.
6 Cokes?
However,
Bro,
they literally
2
make
Red Bulls,
energy
though,
drinks.
I drink that shit all the time. Like if I'm going to drink a Red Bull, I'm drinking 2.
Right. And Bang Energy has like 300 milligrams. So that's the first
Bang
ridiculous
is,
thing.
bad.
Like if they want to say like, oh, the industry as a whole, like that's a lot of caffeine. First of all, 1 cup of coffee is like 95 milligrams of caffeine.
I know, but like Eastern European people drink like 5 cups of coffee.
Right. And for dinner or for breakfast or whatever, it's not unusual to have even 2 or 3 here. Like that's not right. So I think that's ridiculous. Like what? Okay, and what? 200 milligrams.
And
And what? Pre-workout has like 300. Bang has 300. Celsius has 300. Like, bro, come on. Anyways, the second thing is, which I think is also ridiculous, is that they are saying it's being marketed to children, because the first drink that came out was the hydration beverage. So
Because
it's like,
it's colorful?
well, it's because of their demographic, which, okay,
Wait, the
there's
energy
so many
drink
layers.
or the hydration drink?
So the first thing that came out was the hydration drink. So
Okay.
that was being marketed to kids because it's literally Gatorade, but
Okay.
healthier. Actually, it has less sugar.
Okay.
A lot less. It has like 2 grams of sugar as opposed to Powerade's like 24 grams of sugar or something
Okay.
like that.
God, you're such a fanboy. This is so Go on.
And so then they dropped the energy beverage, and since they have the same audience, the argument is like, oh, they're marketing it to kids because they
That
look
is
very
such
similar.
A slippery slope of like logic.
I think it's absolute. I think it's
No, it
so
makes no
ridiculous
sense.
because also you have to keep in mind these people's content too. Like, okay, first of all, I saw one
Kids
argument
were
that was
drinking
like,
Monster since they were like 12. Like you're not gonna stop a kid from an energy drink if you.
right.
I don't forget.
Well, the argument is Monster was never specifically targeted to kids. Their demographic. But first of all, this is my argument is this.
Not my
Their
problem.
stuff is so aged up. Like Logan has like porn stars in his videos, has like curse words in his videos, all this stuff. Very like explicit themes, right?
What kids are watching Logan? What of his content
First of all,
are they watching? Not
Vlogs,
impulsive.
Probably less so. That's probably more aged up. But even his vlogs
His
are
vlogs
very
were weird when I saw them.
weird.
Not weird, but like more
They're aged up.
adulty.
Yes, very super adulty.
Yeah.
Like adult stars are a big part of his videos.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then, so in my mind, it's like, if your kid is getting this caffeine beverage from this guy that he watches that has literally like 18 and up
Yeah.
content, not like actually, but like it should be.
No,
like,
it's definitely at least for
just
teenagers.
it's just
like,
so on the parent, in my opinion. And there's people saying like, oh, like they're marketed as very similar drinks, which they kind of are. Like everyone says drink prime, like the slogan is drink prime, and they're both prime. So I kind of get it, like, you know, they're interchangeable, but also it's like, bro, you're
brain,
a parent.
bro.
As a parent, don't buy. They can't drink that. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, that's not his problem. This is also not that big of a deal. Like kids can have caffeine. Like it's not great, but like they can. Like Jesus Christ,
No, I
they
mean,
won't die. No,
they won't die, but also
not that
that's
bad.
200 milligrams of caffeine for a kid. Like that, first of all, that
I was drinking 6 Cokes at that age.
And
I
look at
promise
you.
Look
look what happened. You are
at
literally.
at you. I'm like, I have so much anxiety. Like I
Yeah.
am not okay.
Bro, like whole podcast is her leg is, and she's like, look at me.
The couch is-
Like, cheers. Oh my God, I'm spilling. I did it.
like ready to fly away. I'm like twitching the whole time.
Lord.
No, okay. I'm just saying.
I haven't slept in 4 days. I literally can't sleep.
Bro, I'm just saying. It's not that freaking bad. Like,
Okay.
I'm not gonna die. Anyways.
A lot of
That's
things you won't
dumb.
die from. A lot of things.
Like what?
Many. What are you talking about? There's
Oh,
so
okay.
many.
I thought you were going somewhere with it. I was like, what transition is this? Where are we going with this?
Okay.
Well, anyways, speaking of relationships,
Okay.
like Logan's and what's her face, I have a question for you. You're in a relationship. You're dating a girl. She posts something. No, you're in a relationship. You post something.
Okay.
Your girl's in your comments like, mine in all caps. Like, hard eyes, hard eyes, hard eyes. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay. So like many topics we talked about with relationships, I can't exactly put myself in those shoes.
You're like, I don't know. I run when a girl looks at me.
Yeah. So I genuinely, and this is not a joke at this point. Like, I'm so serious. I don't know. But
Disgusting.
I think people just have too much emphasis on what they post on social media. So whether that's a post, whether that's a comment, at the end of the day, if she says mine like that in real life, she's probably going to do the same thing. So why would you just change it because it's social media?
Oh my God, but it's so fucking cheesy.
It's very cheesy.
Like,
okay, but there's some people that are like, and I'm kind of sort of on this wave too, because no kissing picture is ever a good kissing picture.
Never. Not one time ever.
But so some people post kissing photos and some people don't. Some people post all the time of their significant other. Some people are like, that's extra. That means you're unhappy.
Yeah.
I think there's a spectrum to everything, and I would not judge someone for saying mine, as corny as it is.
I just feel like it's so possessive. Like,
some people say that when couples post a lot of each other on social media, it's really, they're just not happy.
It depends.
If you're happy, you don't feel the need to post them every day.
That's kind of like how I feel, but I don't think it's that deep. Like, I think everybody could be doing differently. I use social media differently than other people do. Like, for example, liking stories. I very rarely like stories. So like when someone likes my story, I'm like,
yeah, you're like, huh?
Why are you doing that? Like, but other people like every story they see. So I really don't know. Like, everybody uses social media differently. I don't think it necessarily makes you super unhappy.
You know what I just thought of?
What?
This might be stupid, but just what popped into my head. You know, love languages?
Yeah.
Like, those have been around since like what? Probably like the 70s. Like, it's a book.
Yeah,
it's a book from a long time ago.
Yeah.
Before social media. So now things change. Would it be a love language to always want to share your significant other with other people?
I just feel like more often than not, it's possessive. More often than not, you want to like emphasize that this man is taken. Like, that's
because
just how
it's in front of other people. But can't you say the same thing? Like,
you want to post him every. It's not even like there's a difference also between posting like, oh, we're doing this fun thing together, like, and it's a selfie of you two, or it's you doing something with him, versus like you posting him being like, look how fine my man. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I just feel like, and especially this thing that like everybody used to do, which like most people don't do this anymore. It's just like moms who had kids too early and like they're still on Facebook. They do this. That was so mean. They're just like, they'll hack their significant other's account.
Oh, please. No. The hacking.
God, bro. There's just no excuse for it. There's no excuse for it.
Middle school, bro.
Back then, there's just no excuse.
I get memories all the time, like 8 years ago today. Hacked by da-da-da. I'm like, wow.
It's funny when it's your friend. It's not funny when you're dating the person, because then it's just like,
all of them were girls that I was dating, like in middle school. But again, it's not even back then. It's like, okay, we were 12. Like, that's how it is.
I know. But I'm just saying it's possessive. I feel like people that overpost their significant other are doing it because they want to make sure that everybody knows that they're taken by them. Usually people who have been cheated on or whatever.
Okay, so can you not see yourself in a situation where you genuinely think your significant other is like the most like incredible person and super attractive, and you just want to show them off all the time?
I just don't feel that way. Like, that's not my maybe
instinct. We should talk about what Julie said.
No, it's not about that. I just wanted to point out that it's not about how attractive my partner is. I just like think it's cringe. That's just not how I use social media.
You in general just don't post a lot
ever, really, like once a year. Last time I posted for Bonnaroo this year. Last time I posted before that was Bonnaroo last year.
Right.
So I just don't really post. I could see stories of like, we're at Disney.
Yeah.
But no. Also, low key, I'd be on this wave, and I know it makes you angry, but I still agree with it. I'm not posting a man officially on my page until we're engaged. Engaged, maybe.
So many people have told me the same exact thing. As soon as they get into a relationship, boom, they're posting.
Wrong. That's how that's low key what they do in Albania. Like, they do not post each other because it like this is misogynistic culture. So sorry.
I was about to say
it like ruins your like it just like ruins your chances like with other people.
Because there's like 4 other people in the country.
Correct. But I will say like I kind of get it. Like I just want to be a little bit more private. I think I like being more private in general. Like I think I do.
Yeah.
Like I'm an open book in real life, but like online, I'd rather be more private. Like I've thought about this kind of often. I kind of like don't want to post my kids.
No, I think when you have someone that you're proud of and that you're like,
but
like for instance, like
just your opinion, because it does not make me any less proud of my kids if I don't want to post my kids.
You know, Casey Neistat, still to this day, his kids are like now 4, maybe and 5, still will not post their faces on social media.
That's what that's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure I don't want to post my kids.
I mean, he's a public figure though.
I'm a public figure, bitch.
By that point.
Period. By now. Like, no, I just, in general, like, honestly, there's so many pedophiles out there, like, legit pedophiles. Like, I went down this whole rabbit hole today, too, about pedophiles. Like, I randomly do that, like, my research. It's weird. But there's just so many. Like, I just don't want any part of that. Really don't.
Yeah. But then there's other like family channels, like one of my favorite family channels ever, Roman Atwood. Like his literally, like I say this all the time. If I were to like if I could like craft a family, it would be his.
I'm like, they're unhappy. They're so unhappy. He posts every day. They hate each other.
0% chance. Like I'm so for real.
You know who that remind me of? The thing that you said about people thinking that if you post a lot, what was that freaking family? The Ace family?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a mess.
Yeah, don't compare them.
What a mess.
The Atwood family is totally different. They did live stream their like birth or something.
They did? The Atwood family?
Yeah, yeah. No, it was afterwards.
That's not
and like they
sick
were
to you. It's sick.
I mean, it's definitely like yeah.
That's a parasocial relationship period for everybody watching. You included.
Yeah, I didn't watch the live stream. The whole thing.
Yeah, that's weird. Like,
watched half of it.
You like covered half the screen. Like,
it wasn't the actual birth, bro. It was literally after it. I think they were like picking a name or something like that. Which, by the way, wait, this is cringe. Never mind. Okay, what? I'll just say it. Whatever. The name Cora. The name Cora, I definitely got from them. I love that name. Kora.
I
Cora,
know.
Such a good
like
name.
Legend of Korra.
Yeah.
Like Avatar.
Yes.
Yeah, cool name.
Oh really? Someone was telling me it was a horrible name.
Well, it sounds like it's Coral.
Coral. Yeah, I've met a coral before. 2 actually, but. Cora, Kora, beautiful name. Anyways, did you hear about the new Bachelor for next year, 2024?
No, what is it?
You know Two Turnt Tony?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I love him. Tony. No, it's not Two Turnt Tony.
Yeah.
I love him. I will say, T on Two Turnt Tony. What's her name? Ski Mask girl.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't even know the whole story there.
Oh, she was just straight up like I was super sexualized. Like I couldn't even he didn't want me to show my face. Like all this stuff. Yeah. It was kind of sad, low-key. She's very pretty.
Yeah. She's in
Love Two Turnt Tony, but
Mike,
you know.
Mike Malak's videos all the time.
Dogging, bro.
Yeah.
When he said, what did he say? He was like, oh, I want to settle down. I want to see, like, I want to find love or whatever. No, you don't. No, you don't. Like 8 freaking women in every picture of his. Like,
well, I have to say this. Again, we've talked about this before in real life. Like he was a drug addict for 10 years, like super severe, like in and out of prison.
Yeah.
Didn't live for like that whole 10 years.
Yeah. So now he's got to catch up.
Yeah. So he's 30, like, oh shoot.
38.
Like 38. He's 38 now.
Wait, I mean,
35 to 38. That's okay. In that range.
Yeah.
But again, like he missed out on his entire 20s. So it's like, and now he has like success and he has like money to be able to do certain things. So I don't blame him for being in a party phase or like a social phase now because it's like he didn't have that, you know?
I don't know, bro. I don't think no matter how much I wanted to party, would I like, I don't know. It's just like a bad atmosphere. Interesting that he doesn't like relapse or anything either.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't. He turns down pain medication if he goes to the hospital for whatever. Like he turns down all.
You
that.
got to, bro.
Mm-hmm. But he does. What's interesting? Like I'm not a big like. I don't have a lot of knowledge of drugs and stuff. But like he does sometimes do like
mushrooms, right?
Yeah.
I think it's different. I don't know a lot about drugs either.
It definitely is different. But he says he uses it to because a lot of people use mushrooms to like explore their like sides of their brain or like thoughts that they, you know, just to kind of like see things in a different perspective.
Yeah.
So that's what he says he uses it for.
Well, that means he's probably not getting fucked up.
He's not microdosing.
Okay, but he's probably not getting like.
I don't know. We're the worst 2 people to talk about.
I know, literally,
this.
we're like, drugs. Like, no, literally no clue. I suck. I mean, I actually prefer it this way, but.
Okay, last topic I want to talk about. Super lighthearted. This is the craziest. Like, I
Turn it
feel
off.
like I'm living in a simulation every time I step in an ale house. And let me tell you why.
It's super weird that you said that because Ches and Clarence are waiting at Ale House before they
Really?
come over.
As soon as you just check your phone
Ches,
right now?
Yeah,
that
no,
happened?
Ches works at Ale House.
Okay.
Which, by the way,
So
and
you just
Natalia,
read that on your phone?
No, but it was like 2 seconds ago.
Oh,
Or not
okay.
2 seconds ago. 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Go on.
Anyways, listen to this. So my mom and I have dinner every Thursday nights. And then also we have lunch on Sundays too. So like 2 times a week, I eat with my mom at a restaurant. We go to Ale House a lot, right? Every time she orders the mountain melt, the regular mountain melt, and what she wants, she doesn't like the toppings on the fries. She wants the fries on the side because she doesn't like all the cheese and stuff. She wants plain fries and all the toppings on the chicken. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just from that?
Yeah.
Yes, right. Any human being would be like, okay, fries on the side. Because guess what? When you order a burger, you say, hey,
Yeah.
can I get the tomato on the side? They do it. They put the tomato off
It's
the
just
burger.
such an absurd request, low key.
Is
though.
it?
It's
Like, what
so
if you
weird.
didn't like French fries and you wanted to give it to your friend? Can I get the fries on the side? Is that what if you?
So
what
they don't
if,
understand her. They just always
Listen,
fuck it up.
no, bro, it gets crazy. Okay, so yes, so every time she says that, she overcomplicates it. She's like, so the server comes and she's like, okay, so can I get a mountain melt? But I want all the toppings to be on the chicken, and I want the fries on the side, like dry, no toppings over here.
I still understand that though.
Right, you do.
Mm-hmm. I'm
telling you, and she goes on, and so every time we get Ale House, I'm like, Mom, listen, you are overcomplicating it.
I was
why.
like, Mom, I'll order.
No, listen. So that's what happened. So every time I was like, listen, like just say this, and she wouldn't. She kept on explaining, elaborating, and I was like, bro, I'm not even kidding. Probably the 7th or 8th time in a row that this happened. She goes, can you order for me? And I was like, yes, I will order.
Thank
it's
you.
So easy,
Yeah.
right? So I go, okay. I was like, can we get the mountain melt, and we want
Yeah.
the fries on the side? This man with the pad goes, like he looks off in the distance. And I'm like, I don't want to say another word because I don't want
you
my
don't wanna
mom
make
to
him
be
confused,
proven
yeah.
right. Right. I want to show my mom that it can be so simple and easy. So he's like, okay, so you don't want any toppings on the chicken. And I'm like,
I'm sorry. No, I just said the fries on the side.
I was
Actually.
like, no. So listen, then I was like, whatever, I'm gonna have the full sentence.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, the fries are on the side with no toppings. All the toppings are on the chicken. Okay.
Some servers are just dumb. Some people are just
But
dumb.
this is like the 8th time this has happened. And so finally he's like, okay,
He's probably trying to think of how to do it in the computer.
maybe, but he goes, I'm gonna see if they can do that. And I'm just flabbergasted.
Like, let
at
me
this
back
point,
there. I'll do it.
At this point, I'm like shook, right? And so then whatever, he goes back.
Your mom really can't just eat the freaking fries off the plate.
At this point, I don't care what it is.
Bring
Why
it.
can't they register this simple thing? And apparently she talked to a manager once because she's like, I just really want to know how to order this in the
Yeah.
future. And he's like, well, it's weird because the toppings and the cheese like don't stick to the chicken as well as it does to the fry. It just made no sense. And I was like, this is not logical.
This is what you need
What
to
do you
do.
mean?
This is what you need to try. I want zingers, but I want cheese and whatever the fuck on top of it. And then I want a side of fries.
That will be more expensive than just the zinger melt.
I don't think so. Maybe. Probably less chicken.
Dude, it's just like, again, the
It's really
hamburger,
not hard,
the hamburger
yeah.
thing. Even if, let's say you
Yeah.
said something crazy. Can I get the burger with the meat on the side? Guess what they would do? They would literally know how to do that. That's a weird request, but they would still do
Bro,
it.
that is a weird request. As long as your mom's nice about it, which I feel like she is.
She's
then, like,
super.
they should
And
be.
again, she's like overcompensating, trying to explain it so much.
Bro.
And then after they finally get it, she's like, okay, just so you know, I explained it because da da da. And I'm like, but it's just not a
I
real
literally
place.
just like,
Literally,
can I have the chicken,
I'm not
the
kidding.
toppings, and give me the fries on the side? No toppings. Good?
Straight up.
Good.
Like, I was like, maybe, okay, I literally go, I was like, maybe if you say
Dude,
this.
this is not real.
Maybe if you say, can I have a mountain melt, but I'm allergic to fries, so can you just put them on the side? Maybe that will register in their head,
That's actually a good point.
right? Let me try it next time.
Yeah. I'm allergic to potatoes. Put them on the side.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
I still think, because we've gotten it back where like we said it exactly like that.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, perfect. And then it comes back with the toppings on the fries and just the chicken dry. And I'm like, how is this so hard?
We
I don't
gotta,
get
you
it.
know what? We gotta do, we gotta ask Ches.
I kind of want this to go viral and then like just this clip, and then I'll have a bunch of people across the country ordering it this way and seeing what happens.
And then we could call it the Xander meal.
And then I'm banned from every ale house.
Have you seen this man?
All right. Thanks
Anyway.
so much for tuning in. It was fun. You're going to Europe next week.
I am, but we're gonna film some
Crazy.
before we go.
Maybe.
You're like,
I've been thinking about this,
I don't
but we'll
wanna hang out
talk.
with you, but-
All right, guys. Thanks so much. Like, comment, and subscribe.
peace.
Bye.
I was doing a really weird yawn thing. If you could just